Good Friday morning. Well, it's morning where I am, anyways. And we got 6 games tonight. And, the playoffs are going to be here soon. So, a week from tomorrow, it's the end of the regular season. It's kind of hard to believe because for me, with doing this job and everything, um, it feels like it shouldn't be over just yet. And yet here we are. Okay, St. Louis, the Blues and against the Rangers tonight. So the Blues can uh, clinch themselves, I believe, with just a single point tonight. The Rangers have been losing a lot lately, so it shouldn't be a huge problem for them depending on how they approach the game. Um, don't take the Rangers lightly would be the advice I'd give them. The St. Louis Blues are 41, 27, and 8. The Rangers are 29, 34, and 13. The Blues have 90 points. The Rangers have 71. Now, for St. Louis, they're 2 points behind Nashville. They're 4 points behind Winnipeg. They have a game in hand on both. And that gets pointed out a lot, and I understand why. But I learned last year that games in hand, I took them way too importantly. And I need to just look at the standings. And until you win that game in hand, it's nice to have, but until they've won that game in hand, Um, Now, of course, for the Rangers being out of the playoffs, all they're playing for is pride, and we'll see how far that takes them. Now, points leaders. Ryan O'Reilly leads the St. Louis Blues with 27 goals, 44 assists for 71 points. Vladdy Tarasenko, 29 goals, 31 assists for 60 points. Braden Shen, 15 goals, 33 assists, 48 points. David Perron, 20 goals, 21 assists. Pietrangelo, 13 goals, 23 assists for him. On the Rangers side, Zibanejad, who's having an amazing season, 30 goals and 40 assists. Kreider, 26 goals, 23 assists. Bushnevich, 18 goals, 16 assists. VC with 16 goals, 18 assists. And D'Angelo, 4 goals and 25 assists. If we look at how the teams have performed this season, St. Louis has scored 3 goals per game. They've allowed 2.7. Their goals for have been pretty good all year. It's the goals against that have come down. Goals per game for the Rangers 2.7, goals against 3.3. Power plays and penalty killing. Power play 20.5% for St. Louis. Their penalty kills 81.6, and that's a total of 102.1. So if your combined special teams are above 100, that's a sign that your special teams are pretty good. If they're below 100, probably haven't had a great year there. On the Rangers side, they're 19.7% on the power play, 77.6% on the penalty kill for a total of 97.3. Goaltenders, no confirmation. I would expect Bennington. He's 21-4-1 with a 930 save percentage. Allen's 18-17-7 with a 904 save percentage. I kind of expect Lundqvist here. He's 18-21-10 with a 907 save percentage. So I think they want to get him to 20 wins, or at least try, because he's had a lot of 21 seasons in his career. But either way, if Georgiev goes in, that's fine too. He's 11-13-3, also with a 907 save percentage on the season. So for the Rangers, again, playing for pride. St. Louis playing to clinch. We'll see how that goes for them tonight. Now, Nashville, I'm not going to say that Pekka Rinne is not going to start tonight, but I don't know. This is Pittsburgh. The Predators are in Pittsburgh, and this has not been a good home for Pekka Rinne. We remember back to the 2017 Stanley Cup Final, and Rinne's numbers in Pittsburgh, not great. Now, coming into this game, the Nashville Predators are 43-28-6. Pittsburgh's 42-24-11. So, overall, the numbers look like they're pretty even. 92 points for the Nashville Predators, 95 points for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Predators, of course, 2 points behind Winnipeg, 2 points ahead of St. Louis, but they've played one more game than both of those teams. And on the Pittsburgh side of things, they're 2 points behind the Islanders, 4 points ahead of Carolina. They're third in the Metro Division. So looking to get back up to second with a win tonight. Nashville looking to prevent that and get some revenge for 2017. It's not. But, Gotta like that spirit, don't you? Anyways, points leaders. Johansson for the Nashville Predators, 12 goals, 49 assists. Yossi, 15 goals, 40 assists. Forsberg, 26 goals, 20 assists. Arvidsson with this amazing 31 goals and 13 assists. Ekholm, 8 goals, 35 assists. On the Pittsburgh side, Crosby, 33 goals, 61 assists, 94 points. He's still got a shot at that 100-point season. Kessel, 24 goals, 53 assists for 77 points. Jake Gensel, 38 goals, 33 assists. Malkin, 21 goals, 50 assists. Letang, 16 goals and 40 assists. How have the teams performed? Well, Nashville scored 2.9 goals per game. They've allowed 2.6, whereas the Pittsburgh Penguins have scored 3.4 and they've allowed 2.9. So that's a little high. That goals against is a little high, but I have a funny feeling they'll have that brought down by the time the playoffs roll around because it's Pittsburgh. Special teams. Power play for Nashville is atrocious at 12.7%. Their penalty kills 81.7% for a total of 94.4%. Pittsburgh, their power play is 25.4% effective. Their penalty kill 80.9% for a total of 106.3%. So special teams battle is won by Pittsburgh in this one. Now, if we look at goaltenders, again, I kind of expect Saros because Rene's not good in Pittsburgh, but we'll see. Rene's 26-19-4 with a .915 save percentage. Saros is 17-9-2 with a .918 save percentage. I expect Murray here. He's 27-12-5 with a .919 save percentage. Casey DeSmith, 15-11-5 with a .916 save percentage. So I don't see a way that it's not going to be Matt Murray. Murray's been the best goalie that we're not talking about for about a month now. And I find it funny, and I think it's because it's Pittsburgh. I think with Pittsburgh, I think they've been good for so long at this point now. We don't even talk about it. It's sort of like Tampa Bay when they go on a winning streak this season. What they've done this season has made it so incredible that we don't even talk about their winning streaks anymore. Next up, Jersey. Yeah, it's the Devils. 29-39-9 in against the Detroit Red Wings. 29-38-10. There is something to play for tonight. The Devils have 67 points. The Wings have 68. Ooh, yes. Yes. Your spot at the lottery table, your spot at the draft table, is on the line. Which is good because they're both out of the playoffs. They have nothing to play for the playoffs. But Detroit's been playing like they have something else to play for, that pride thing. Jersey, it depends on the game. Scoring leaders for New Jersey, Palmieri with 27 goals, 23 assists. Hischier, 17 goals, 28 assists. Zajac, 17 goals, 25 assists. Taylor Hall, who has not played since, October? It feels that way, okay. 11 goals, 26 assists. He's still top 5. Severson, also 11 goals, 26 assists. He's just played a lot more games to get there. On the Detroit side, Dylan Larkin hits 30 goals last night. He's at 30 goals, 36 assists now for 66 points. He's slowed down a lot over the second half, especially over the last month, but there's still a lot there, and I still think he's a pretty darn good player. Athanasiou, 29 goals, 20 assists. Mantha, 19 goals, 20 assists. Bertuzzi, 18 goals, 20 assists. And Vanek with 16 goals and 20 assists for the Detroit Red Wings. Goal scoring. Both teams have scored 2.7 goals per game. Both teams have allowed 3.3 goals per game. That's synergy right there. Power plays and penalty killing, it's a little different. On the New Jersey side, their penalty kill is 17.6%. Penalty kill 84.6% for a total of 102.2. They're not bad on special teams. That penalty kill really helps, of course. On the Detroit side, 16.7% power play, 77.5% penalty kill for a total of 94.2. Ouch. But they're at home and New Jersey's on the road. New Jersey on the road kind of stinks. And Detroit at home, while they're not a whole lot better, it is a better record than the road record for the New Jersey Devils. Goaltenders, I don't know. Blackwood, he's 8-9 with a .917 save percentage. Schneider's 6-12-3 with a .904 save percentage. On the Detroit side of things, Bernier, I don't know. I mean, it's New Jersey, right? So Bernier. Howard's 21-20-5 with a .908 save percentage. Bernier's 8-18-5 with a .902 save percentage. That win-loss record is so so amazing to me because Bernier's had so many losses where he's actually played pretty well, and they don't bail him out, and it's weird how that works with teams. But yeah, for Detroit, they're playing out the string, but it feels like there's something else going on here. It feels like it's important to this team that I don't know at what point things broke and they said, okay, we can't be this bad. We've got to go out there and show people that we're better than this. Because I do think that they're better than their record this year. And yeah, I have no problem saying that Detroit should make inroads next year. Not towards being a contender, but at least back towards being a playoff team and playing important games at least into March. Think along the lines of where Minnesota is right now in the West. I kind of expect Detroit to be in sort of that position in the East. Not likely to make it, but they're close. Next up, Arizona 37-33-7. They're in against the 35-29-13 Colorado Avalanche. And whenever I talk about next season, remember the summer can change things dramatically, and I might say, oh, never mind then. Okay, so points 81 for Arizona, 83 for Colorado. This is the game of the night. This is the game of the year for the Arizona Coyotes. If you lose, you're very likely done. If you win, well, that gives Arizona the tiebreaker over Colorado because they would have beaten them 2 out of 3 times this year. So they're 2 points behind Colorado. They're 2 points ahead of Minnesota, and they're 3 points ahead of Chicago. It is a very congested field, which is why I think it's going to come down to Arizona or Colorado that get that last wild card spot and a shot at, looks like it's going to be Calgary. And on the Colorado side, they're 5 points behind Dallas now. So I'm pulling for Arizona for more than one reason today. They're 2 points ahead of Arizona, 4 points ahead of Minnesota, and of course 5 points ahead of Chicago. Very, very crowded field. Points leaders. Clayton Keller, 14 goals, 32 assists for him. Ekman Larson, 12 goals, 29 assists. Galchenyuk, 17 goals, 22 assists. Hinostroza, 15 goals, 19 assists. Panik, 13 goals, 19 assists. And Derek Stepan also has 13 goals and 19 assists for the Arizona Coyotes. On the Colorado side of things, Nathan MacKinnon, 38 goals, 56 assists. Rantanen, 31 goals, 56 assists for him. Landeskog, 33 goals, 36 assists. And it is remarkable that Colorado's been winning games without both Rantanen and Landeskog. Once again proving that injuries can reveal the character of a team as much as they can set a team back. So you can see a team just crash right out and go, well, they had a lot of guys hurt. Or you can see a team basically pull themselves together and do what Colorado's doing. And it's kind of fun to watch, isn't it? Barry, 12 goals, 44 assists. He's been fantastic the last little while here. And Soderberg, 22 goals, 24 assists for the Colorado Avalanche. How are the teams performing with goals for and against? Glad you asked. Goals for per game, 2.5 for Arizona. That's still too low. Goals against, 2.7. Goals for per game for Colorado, 3.2. Goals against, 3.0, which is kind of high. But it's not taking into account overall just the recent play by Grubauer and how really solid it's been. Special teams, power play, 17% for the Arizona Coyotes. Their penalty kill is at 85.6% for a total of 102.6. Power play for Colorado, 22.1%. Penalty kill, 77.9% for a total of 100. Exactly 100. So penalty kill definitely favors Arizona. The better power play is Colorado's. Usually a good penalty kill will cancel out a good power play. We'll see what happens tonight. Starting goalies, it's going to be Kemper. I don't need a confirmation on this. 25, 19, and 7. 922 save percentage. Pickard, his combined record, 4-5-2 with an 873 save percentage. On the Colorado side of things, it's going to be Grubauer. He's 16-9-4 now with a 914 save percentage. Varlamov, 19-18-9 with a 910 save percentage. So this is the big game. This is going to be a fun one to watch, and we'll see whether or not the Arizona Coyotes can pull themselves into a much better position for a playoff appearance. And Arizona-Calgary, that would be a lot of fun in the first round. Not that Colorado-Calgary wouldn't be, but just the unexpected, really, these guys? If I had said early in the year even, well, Arizona's going to go into the playoffs and they're going to play the number one seeded Calgary Flames, people would have been like, are you okay? If you need days off, Shannon, you just tell us. Don't start making up these weird, wild things. Just take a day off. Next up, Anaheim's in against Calgary. So Anaheim, who've been the bane to the existence of the Calgary Flames, mostly in Anaheim. Anyways, the 32, 36, and 10 Anaheim Ducks, who have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, in against the 47, 23, and 7 Calgary Flames. 74 points for Anaheim this year, 101 for Calgary. And one of the things that I'm watching and tracking as we go into the last week of the season is, well, we've got a lot of teams at 90 points. It doesn't look like we're going to have very many that hit 100. It's going to be a lot less than last year, it looks like. That could change, but maybe that whole parity thing is working out pretty well after all. Maybe there were less 3-point games. It's something worth looking at when the regular season's over. There's a lot of video stuff that I want to do that I'm like, but it's only a week and a half till the end of the year. I'll have to save that because I don't want to do it now because the season's not finished. I can't it's like doing a movie review 10 minutes before the movie's over. I know what's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Anyways, points leaders for the Anaheim Ducks. Getzlaf, 13 goals, 34 assists. He's been much better lately. Henrique, 18 goals, 23 assists. Raquel, 15 goals, 23 assists. Silverberg, 23 goals, 15 assists. Nick Ritchie, 9 goals, 22 assists for Anaheim. On the Calgary side of things, Gaudreau, 35 goals, 58 assists. Elias Lindholm, 27 goals, 50 assists. Monahan, 31 goals, 45 assists. He's getting pushed down the lineup. I heard third line. We'll see if he stays there. I don't think so. Matthew Tkachuk, 34 goals, 42 assists. Giordano, 16 goals, 56 assists. The way Tkachuk is trending, he likely will finish ahead of Monahan and ahead of Lindholm in points by the end of the season. He's been scoring a ton lately. Scoring, 2.3 goals per game by Anaheim, and it is a major reason why they're missing the playoffs. 3.1 goals against per game. That's a little high as well. That was influenced by the fact that Gibson and Miller were hurt as much as they were. On the Calgary side of things, goals per game, 3.5. Goals against, 2.7. So all the numbers for Calgary have been in their favor, and in third periods, they're dynamite. We'll see how that turns out in the playoffs, where scoring gets a little bit more difficult. Power play and penalty kill. On the Anaheim side, 17.4% power play, 79% penalty kill, for a total of 96.4. On the Calgary side, 20.2% power play, 79.3% penalty kill, for a total of 99.5. Now, I expect Gibson in this one. Miller's 7-6-2 with a .915 save percentage. Gibson's 24-22-8, also with a .915 save percentage. On the Calgary side of things, Riddick, he's 26-8-5 with a .911 save percentage. Smith's 21-15-2 with an .899 save percentage. He's so close to 900. Now, if Mike Smith hits 900 and Martin Jones doesn't, we're officially in Bizarro World. We are absolutely 100% in Bizarro World, especially considering they're both in the Pacific. They both had very good seasons, and both teams have been criticized at times for their goaltending. So it's strange to me. I do like Calgary's chances, though, for tonight anyways. We'll see who they match up with the playoffs, so I'll see at that time whether or not I like their chances at that point. All right, next up, Minnesota. Yes, the Minnesota Wild, who are kind of the forgotten team in this whole Western will they or won't they make it scenario, and for good reason. They just haven't been very good lately. On the Vegas side of things, they've been excellent lately. Minnesota's 35-33-9, whereas Vegas are 42-29-6. 79 points for Minnesota, 90 points for Vegas. 4 points behind Colorado, 2 points behind Arizona, 1 point ahead of Chicago, 2 points ahead of Minnesota. 2 points ahead of Edmonton. Minnesota finds themselves in this squishy middle spot of teams that won't make the playoffs. So I don't see Minnesota getting in, even though at 4 points behind Colorado, it's not impossible. If they win tonight, Colorado loses. The problem is they stay about 2 points behind Arizona if Arizona wins. It gets difficult, and we are running out of time. Now, for for Vegas, they're 5 points behind San Jose still. Yeah. They are 11 points behind Calgary. And this is it's pretty much been a fait accompli for weeks now that San Jose and Vegas would play each other. I'm starting because I want to say Vegas could catch San Jose, and they absolutely could. They need to start with tonight, and San Jose needs to keep doing what they've done for 7 games, which is lose. All of those in regulation, I believe, except one. So they're not getting the points either. So yes, they're third in the Pacific, but could they move up? Yeah, they kind of could. On the Minnesota side of things, their scoring leader is Zach Parise with 26 goals, 33 assists. Eric Stahl, 21 goals, 29 assists. Granlund, 15 goals, 34 assists. Suter, 7 goals, 39 assists. Spurgeon, 14 goals and 28 assists. On the Vegas side of things, Marchessault leads them in scoring with 24 goals, 32 assists. Carlson, 23 goals, 30 assists. Smith, 19 goals, 33 assists. Tuck, 20 goals, 31 assists. And Pacioretty, 22 goals, 17 assists. Mark Stone's not listed because his points, majority of them were scored while with Ottawa, so I'm just going with what people scored with Vegas on this one. Just to show that despite the fact that Marchessault, Carlson, and Smith have all been scoring really well lately, they didn't have a banner season going for themselves before the trade deadline. Now, goals for and against. Minnesota's scoring 2.6 goals per game. They're allowing 2.9. That's not a formula to make the playoffs. On the Vegas side, they're scoring 3.1 goals per game and allowing 2.7. Goals against a little bit higher. Subban's played a ton lately, so that affects it. But, overall, it's been a really good season for Vegas. Not as good as last year, but you know what? Maybe that'll make them even better and more dangerous in the playoffs. Power plays and penalty killing. Power plays 20.5% for the Minnesota Wild, 81.1% penalty kill, 101.6 in total. On the Vegas side, power plays 17.5% penalty kill, 81.5%, 99 is the total. Goaltenders, I expect Dubnyk. He's 29, 27, and 6 with a 912 save percentage. So he's going for 30 wins this year. Dubnyk 6-6, or Stalock is 6-6 and 3 with an 893 save percentage. If Fleury's healthy, he'll play. That being said, we'll probably see Subban, and we'll probably won't hear a whole lot about Fleury. I say that, and then we'll hear Fleury's good to go tonight. You're welcome if that happens. Fleury's 35, 19, and 5 with a 914 save percentage. Malcolm Subban 7, 9, and 1 with a 901 save percentage. So Subban's numbers aren't bad, and he's had his good games, he's had his mediocre games, but he's held down the net pretty well while Fleury's been out, and that's all you can ask for from your backup. But anyways, there you go. You guys are all set for tonight's games. Vegas clinches with a point. St. Louis clinches as well. Or if Arizona loses, they make it easier for these teams to clinch. So there are going to be fan bases that might be cheering against Arizona that otherwise probably wouldn't care. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts about tonight's games. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.